Coming up, Chile Tzu Chi volunteers arrive at the quake-hit city of Iquique to conduct a relief distribution. We joined Tzu Chi's annual board meeting where Indonesia and Thailand Tzu Chi volunteers share their experiences in promoting Tzu Chi. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Helena. Thank you for joining us. A powerful 8.2 earthquake struck northern Chile earlier this April, and a large number of tremors have followed in the week since. Tzu Chi volunteers arrived in the hot-hit city of Iquique on April 13th to carry out an aid distribution, and the orderly and respectful manner in which Tzu Chi executed the distribution left quake survivors and local government officials impressed with the NGO.
Powerful aftershocks continue to rock northern Chile, collapsing some 9,000 homes. Tzu Chi volunteers from the Chilean capital, Santiago, traveled 4.5 hours by plane to hard-hit Iquique city to hold a distribution for 1,000 affected families.
Many places have continued to experience tremors. This is the first time residents could come and receive some aid, so they are extremely happy. Many of them cried tears of joy.
The distribution took place at a Spanish school. Local police, government officials and Taiwanese businessmen all arrived to offer their support. Volunteers had planned to begin packing the aid supplies at 9 in the morning. However, the supplies didn't arrive until 12:30 in the afternoon.
It was a challenge to purchase 1,000 potions. Initially, we had planned to do the packing at 9, but we experienced some difficulty in obtaining the supplies, so we only finished at about noon.
As Iquique is part desert, getting supplies to the city is often difficult. Thanks to the help of local Taiwanese businessmen, however, each household received rice, flour and other food items.
This is the first time the city government has organized such a distribution. They didn't have any previous experience, so they were very thankful that Tzu Chi volunteers were on hand to help facilitate the distribution.
The distribution continued till 9:30 in the evening. 630 households came forth to receive aid, with the local government helping deliver supplies to the remaining 370 families.
It's been several months since Typhoon Haiyan ravaged the Philippines, and those affected are still in need of help. On April 11, 79 team of doctors from 6 countries joined hands to conduct a large-scale free clinic in Ormoc City. As public hospitals in the Philippines lack specialized outpatient services and private hospitals are very expensive, upon learning of the free clinic, close to 1,100 residents flocked to the Ormoc City Superdome desperate for medical attention. On conclusion of the clinic in Ormoc, team members travel overnight to Tacloban City, where they carry out another free clinic there.
It's 38 degrees Celsius outside and not yet 7 in the morning, but the queue outside the Ormoc City Superdome is already stretched long. Many local residents came with their children, whose faces show signs of poor health. Having endured so much pain and discomfort, help is finally here, as team of doctors from 6 countries joined together to hold a medical clinic. Geraldine is here with her 8-month-old son, as her son was born with an imperforate anus and is still too young to undergo corrective surgery. Using a cloth to clean his wound and stool has been the only solution, but at the same time it has caused swelling and ulceration of the area. A doctor prescribed some medication for Geraldine's baby, while nursing staff also showed her how to properly clean and dress her baby's wound. Knowing that this family is struggling to make ends meet, the nurse also shows Geraldine how she can use inexpensive medicine bags in replacement of expensive colostomy bags for her child. Many of the patient's illnesses started out as minor, but have been aggravated by improper treatment. As public hospitals in Ormoc do not have specialized outpatient services, residents are unable to get the right prescription medicine, and private hospitals charge between 500 to 700 pesos, which is a tenth of an average Filipino salary. ENT Dr. He Yo-jin from Singapore brought boxes of medication and medical supplies. Having experienced a lack of supplies at a free clinic in Manila last year, this time he made sure he came prepared.
Suppliers in Singapore have been very generous, so they have sponsored a certain amount of medication. Most of these are professional samples.
9-year-old John has suffered from persistent ear drainage for 3 years. Local hospitals have been treating his symptoms with flu medication, which caused his condition to deteriorate. Following a thorough examination by Dr. He, it turns out John has chronic suppurative otitis media.
To use once a day. Shake, and then to spray up the nose. Okay?
Even language barriers can be overcome with simple ways.
Once a day.
University student Iman initially thought she had gone deaf, but once Dr. He removed the earwax in her ears, tears of joy ran down her face.
I can hear.
Can you hear?
So much.
It's okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm very happy.
I am so worried of this. I can't hear.
Yeah. Okay. No problem.
I can't go to school now because I can't hear.
Periodontal disease caused the gums of patients receiving oral cleaning to bleed, and team of dentists were also forced to extract many a decayed tooth. The city's mayor pays a visit to the stadium to thank these volunteers for their selfless acts. Together, the medical team treated some 1,000 residents, relieving the sick from their pain and suffering. An indoor basketball court has been set up with 50 dental stations. Of the teams that make up this medical mission, the dental team was the largest in number, providing teeth extraction, filling and scaling services to local residents.
It's a bit tiresome, but when you're happy to see them that you have done something good, that's tiresome anymore.
Diagnosed with nasopharynx cancer 13 years ago, Malaysia team doctor Oh Chi An now cherishes each opportunity to serve the underprivileged.
Because life is so unpredictable. As long as we are here, I think we should contribute to the poor, the less privileged.
In Tacloban, schools organize just one dental checkup for children every year. If additional checkups or treatments are required, hospitals charge 400 to 500 pesos, which many impoverished families cannot afford. Instead, they turn to painkillers to help them with the pain. Upon learning that a free clinic is taking place, many arrived early to wait in line. Ruby is here to find her smile and confidence once again.
I feel happy.
I'm so happy. I feel more confident now. I was embarrassed to face the crowd.
Ruby lost her home and livelihood in the aftermath of Typhoon Haiyan. Now that her dental problems are solved, she feels more confident and hopeful in her job search. Apart from dental treatment, volunteers also helped residents remember how to maintain good oral hygiene.
When they're fanning themselves, they can also read up on our oral hygiene tips.
Thanks to team of doctors and volunteers, more than 1,600 residents receive treatment at the free clinic. In the months ahead, Tzu Chi will continue to do their best to safeguard these typhoon survivors with their love and care.
Tzu Chi's annual meeting for overseas board members currently ongoing at Hualien Jingsi abode to ensure that their Dharma brothers and sisters from 17 countries feel at home here in Taiwan. Volunteers from southwestern Taiwan and staff from Taichung's Tzu Chi Hospital join their counterparts in Hualien to work behind the scenes.
With Tzu Chi's annual meeting for overseas board members taking place at Hualien's Jingsi abode, kitchen volunteers are there to provide guests with 3 meals a day. Among the volunteers is also a group dressed in apple green shirts.
We are making turnip cakes.
Dr. Jian leads a group of 22 staff members from the Taichung Tzu Chi Hospital to help with the kitchen duty. Today, everyone has put aside their medical equipment for a spatula.
We hope that through this event, we can convey the respect the staff of Taichung Tzu Chi Hospital have for our brothers and sisters from abroad. Kitchen duty is a learning experience for all of us and unites us under the Tzu Chi spirit.
Today, ENT Dr. Xu Quanzhen is charged with making sure the bean curd skin turns out golden and crispy.
I've never made this bean curd dish before. Just now a Dharma master told me, so I'm beginning to get the hang of it. I'm very happy for this opportunity to serve.
Now, certainly playing the role of a kitchen apprentice, these veteran doctors work humbly behind the scenes.
This truly needs the support of many people, otherwise it simply cannot be done. There are many aspects and details involved that I wasn't even aware of.
The superintendent told us the purpose of this trip. He said normally we are the one on the receiving end of service, so today we are going to turn the tables and be the ones to serve.
I finally understood that it is not that simple. This is truly a challenging task.
Volunteers from southwestern Taiwan are also here to help out.
By cutting the turnip cake into just the right size and placing them properly on the plate, we hope to let them know that there is Dharma in every movement. We hope that they will truly feel the respect and gratitude inside each serving.
Together, everyone makes delicious homemade food on behalf of their overseas guests. To make their guests feel more at home, Tzu Chi volunteers pay attention to every detail.
We have to let the boiling water cool off a bit to right about 85 degrees Celsius before we start making tea. If the temperature is too high, the tea will have a bitter aftertaste. If we let it cool down first, then the tea will have a better taste and a smoother flavor.
From Tainan, Chen Jinchun utilizes his tea brewing expertise to welcome his Dharma family. As well, guest affairs volunteer maximize the use of a lemon to kill two birds with one stone.
With our family back from abroad, we think that they will appreciate this lemon juice. It can prevent colds because it is full of vitamin C. We don't waste the skin either. By soaking it in soap water to wash dishes, look how shiny everything turns out.
The gathering of the overseas board members is like the gathering of bodhisattvas during Buddha's era. Thus, media volunteers are there to record this slice of history. Even under the scorching sun, this 73-year-old senior does not falter.
I'm not tired at all, as I have already been to many places. Some are hot, while others are cold, so I'm used to this. I hope to take shots that will make them happy and also document history.
Tzu Chi's humanity is further demonstrated as volunteers hold umbrellas on behalf of their guests against the fierce sun.
When the sun hits their face, the video recording will be affected, so we thought we could block out the sun by holding an umbrella. Also, the heat wears you out too quickly.
Even though the temperature reached 35 degrees in Hualien, no one complained as they carried out their assigned duties. Together, a total of 287 volunteers worked behind the scenes to ensure the meeting's success.
In Tan's Hualien on April 13th, joining Tzu Chi's annual board meeting were volunteers from Indonesia and Thailand. During the meeting, Indonesia Tzu Chi volunteers shared their experiences in promoting Tzu Chi's bamboo coin banks in the country. Meanwhile, Thailand Tzu Chi volunteers explained to everyone how the Chiang Mai Tzu Chi School continues to plant seeds of compassion in young hearts. 20 years ago, Tzu Chi volunteers first set foot in northern Thailand to improve local residents' lives. Other than building Tzu Chi villages, volunteers also help locals become self-reliant by teaching them how to farm. Inspired by the volunteers' dedication, local resident Li Ronghu decided to give up his well-paid job to work at the Chiang Mai Tzu Chi School.
The phrase that touched me the most is the one that states that fulfilling video duties and doing good deeds cannot wait. My parents passed away when I was very young. I didn't have the chance to fulfill my video duties. I will try my best to help those in greater need. I'm an active volunteer in Tzu Chi's monthly distributions.
To improve living standards in northern Thailand, 10 years ago, Tzu Chi volunteers established the Chiang Mai Tzu Chi School in the ancient city of Ampor Phang. Besides giving youngsters a chance at an education, volunteers also hope to plant seeds of compassion in their hearts.
Education should not be limited to the classroom. We need to provide students with hands-on experience. The purpose of life education is to help students develop positive values and learn to give at a young age.
Thanks to the Chiang Mai Tzu Chi School, many students now have the chance to pursue their dreams. Among the beneficiaries of Tzu Chi's help is Cho Wei Ting, who is currently a medical student.
It is not easy to become a doctor. It takes a lot of courage and determination. I am very happy to have the chance to help the less fortunate.
Through education, Thailand Tzu Chi volunteers have planted seeds of compassion in students' hearts, thus inspiring them to walk the Tzu Chi path and help those in greater need. Over the past few years, Indonesia Tzu Chi volunteers have promoted Tzu Chi's bamboo coin banks in corporations, schools, and even governmental facilities. With the use of barcode technology, each bamboo bank is recorded, helping the volunteers better track the whereabouts of the piggy banks.
Little money can do great things. A single good deed can counteract 1,000 disasters.
In January 2014, Jakarta's Manado was struck by flash floods and 2,000 residents were forced to evacuate. To help, Tzu Chi volunteers not only held several aid distributions, but also established cash reward programs to help locals rebuild their homes. The volunteers' selfless dedication not only resolved the estrangement between two villages, but also inspired hundreds of locals to join Tzu Chi.
解开了心结也已经抹消掉了仇恨这样的牵起手来，同时呢投入慈济，登记呢要当慈济的志工，这实在是足感动人的啦。
In 2007, Indonesia DaAi TV was launched with the goal of providing suitable and educational programs for children.
儿童符合儿童年龄看的节目，儿童因为没有给让他们选。
There aren't many suitable programs for children in Indonesia, so many end up watching programs that are not good for them. It is our duty to provide programs that are suitable for children of all ages.
符合儿童年龄看的节目。
我们会能此出发心，踏实做慈济，精进再精进，全印尼推动寻法祥。
In 2008, Typhoon Jiaoming swept through Taiwan, shutting down the newly opened Maokong Gondola while exposing safety concerns that made headlines in all of Taiwan's newspapers. Over the following year, Taiwan's 4 major engineering associations surveyed the nearby land to come up with various solutions to deal with the land slippage. Let's take a look at what they did and what could be done in the future to prevent a similar event from happening.
一片山坡地都是土石滑落的痕迹，让人触目惊心。
整个灾害的面积大概1.17公顷，边坡本身还有持续在冲蚀的状况，可能后续它会有第2次的坍塌。
In September 2008, wind and rain from Typhoon Jiaoming eroded the area around Maokong Gondola's Pillar T16, worrying not only residents living below but also the entire nation. Now 6 years later, the hillside looks like this. Looking at the greenery, it's hard to tell this area ever suffered from a landslide.
In the thicker areas, we put in pile walls to prevent slippage. For example, beneath the area we are standing on now, there's a row of pile walls and on top is a capping beam.
Back then, Maokong Gondola had barely been in operation for a year, and its sudden safety issues made headlines. Following a thorough survey by Taiwan's 4 major engineering associations, it was concluded that the heart of the problem lay around Pillar T16.
The soil horizons are thicker here, so when it rains, the underground water is gathered in layers. When enough rainwater accumulates, it will collapse the layers. And because this area's incline is steeper, once the bottom layer goes, of course the top layers will be affected as well, and thus a landslide occurs.
This hillside has 3 types of soil formation, and it took 6 different construction reinforcements to stable it, like constructing anchors of 25-meter length to stabilize the exposed rock areas and the fragile upper crusts.
The situation was very dire. Besides the concern for the safety of residents and the surrounding community, Maokong's operations were shut down for a year. It was a very big effort, and we were under immense pressure the whole time.
To fix a problem only after a disaster has happened often takes twice as much work. However, being able to fix the problem is already a blessing. Unlike Jiufen's Ersan in Nantou, in which after the 1991 earthquake, over half of the mountain was shut down.
Up on Kandou Mountain, a deep slope occurred, and the following landslide covered a 195 square meter area with a volume of 36,590,000 of cubic meters. Now the area is no longer suitable for agriculture. If farm work is to be revived, a lot of effort and money will need to be put in.
At the beginning of the year, we recorded a slight slippage in the area, but it was only a few centimeters, so we will continue to monitor the situation.
With the loose foundation and the formation of 2 large landslide dams, the Soil and Water Conservation Bureau chose to purchase the land to set up a monitoring system at the site of the incident.
If the land shifts and it rains, this whole region will become very unsafe, and those living below will have to be evacuated. But after analyzing the data from our detection system, we have found this area is relatively stable.
Slope disasters are hard to predict. Having the same amount of rainfall doesn't mean it will repeat itself.
Besides monitoring the level of land slippage to prevent further devastation, what is known is that heavy rain and earthquakes will lessen a slope's stability.
崩塌的部分呢，在地震、在豪雨都有可能。
Landslides can be caused by earthquakes or heavy rains. Land slippage is affected by underground water. Rock slides need massive water to occur, and when all these elements come together, a disaster happens.
Disasters are prone to happen when unstable foundations meet man-made factors. Even though environmental engineering is not a permanent solution, it offers citizens of Taiwan a choice they can live with.
In China, Tzu Chi volunteers first set foot in Fujian province, Quanzhou in 2008. Over the years, the number of volunteers carrying out Tzu Chi's missions locally have grown to more than 600. Recently, the Tzu Chi Foundation received an award from the Quanzhou government and local media for its effort in helping the city's senior population. Here's more.
For the past 6 months, we have been looking for those kind-hearted people that have been caring for senior citizens in Quanzhou City.
The first annual Senior Assistance Awards was organized by the Quanzhou government, Quanzhou Television, and Quanzhou Evening News. Among this year's winners was the Tzu Chi Foundation.
We received this award on behalf of all Tzu Chi volunteers in Quanzhou. It also serves as a reminder for all of us to remember our responsibility.
In Quanzhou, Tzu Chi volunteers have been visiting nursing homes on a monthly basis. During each visit, volunteers do their best to care for residents' bodies and minds.
Times have changed. Nowadays, there is not enough love and care for the elderly. I'm truly amazed by your dedication. We need to spread this love far and wide.
Other than caring for residents at nursing homes, Quanzhou Tzu Chi volunteers have also been helping solitary seniors clean up their homes. In the years to come, volunteers promise to continue to bring warmth and happiness to seniors here in Quanzhou. We go back to the Philippines at the end of the show. Other than carrying out a free clinic in Tacloban City, team of doctors from 6 different countries also handed out bread and relief items to Typhoon Haiyan survivors still living at tents set up by the United Nations. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for watching DaAi Headlines. Goodbye.